Hi, folks. I'm Rusty Lumpkin,
And I'm Tabitha Lumpkin.
and we're with 3 Nail Games. We have been blessed with the incredible opportunity to take a look at Upside Down Kingdom, and this is a game being put out by Upside Down Kingdom Games, so they sent us a review copy for us to check out. We have 5 little ones that have had a chance to play it now, and ages
11 to 3.
and it's been a lot of fun because that is a nice little wide range of kiddos to play it, and it's been a lot of fun coming home from work each night and the kids asking and begging if we can get it to the table again. So first off, one thing, what do you want to say about the art?
I absolutely love it. Art is extremely important to me. Colors are important to me. And immediately I was drawn to it because of the artwork.
And I will say the game also has a beautiful little board book that you can check out. Like, the art in the game is awesome. It's the exact same art style and artist throughout the entire board book. And it does an incredible job at walking through just kind of the story of Upside Down Kingdom, as well as the story of Jesus going to the cross and making that kingdom right again, or what that kingdom really should be. So any first thoughts that you want to say about the game? When it comes to the gameplay, all right, this it's a very straightforward gameplay, as in it's a roll and move. You're gonna run into some things that allow you to move backwards a little bit in the pathway or move forward a little bit in the pathway. There's not tons of decisions in the actual gameplay, other than you have amazing opportunities to help out the other players. I say this is a cooperative game. It does a really, really great job at encouraging that cooperation. One thing that I kind of found fun with that cooperation aspect is early on in the game, a lot of the players are usually trying to make their own matches and trying to find what they can do. But as the gameplay goes on, they start seeing more so how they can help the other players at the table. Especially with the first gameplay, is like the kids are really excited about what they can do, but then they start seeing the end goal of being able to, we're all in this together, pushing forward, and what they can do to help each other. You want to talk about their player powers?
Yeah, so in the game, there are these cards that are the player powers. And there's a few things I really like about them. One, I first love that they're children. I love that the children are in the game. The kids are playing a role of a child, but also each child is carrying a torch. And I love that they are playing the game as they're carrying their torch, just as we are called to take our light into the world. And so I love that picture that the kids are constantly seeing as they play the game. And then the cards themselves, for example, you might be the prophet in the game who sees the path ahead. And I love the roles that they have given each of these. They're very thought out. So the prophet, once per game, chooses a number on the die instead of rolling it. And so it's very fitting to what the title of the card is and what their role actually does.
So like we said, the decisions during gameplay, there's not necessarily tons like with that roll and move, which makes it a lot easier for kids to get into the game, all right, especially at those lower age ranges, because these are the games similar to games that they've played before in that regards. Like, it has a little bit of that Candyland feel, but at the same time, it is an awesome twist on it, because you do have decisions, as in, like, what cards are you going to match up. And one thing I want to say is that the anti-kingdom cards, right? So here we have Count My Money, right? And his character trait is that he's a little bit greedy. You can essentially match him up with any red card that you want. However, I found it really neat that you could also find cards, red cards specifically, that would counteract him specifically, like counteracting that trait and characteristic. So getting to process through that. For example, Count My Money, he is greedy, and here we have generous, right? So, or that generosity trait and characteristic would be a kingdom card. That would be the proper way to cancel that out. You can, again, cancel that with any red card, but to be able to do this with generous just makes that all the more special. This game does an incredible job at having scriptures throughout these cards down at the bottom that reference these characteristics and traits so that you can then go and have deeper conversations with your children about these and what the Bible has to say about that. So that was really, really awesome. But one thing that my wife absolutely loved, and she'd love to share with you a little bit more.
I love the flavor text. I'm a detailed person, and so I love finding all the details in games and seeing the time that a company took to pour into something and catching the details that oftentimes when we first play it can kind of get glossed over. But for example, the self-control card says, had 2 cookies, ate 1, name the other one tomorrow. So I just, again, it was very intentional in their choosing of the flavor text, and it's all throughout all these cards, and I really enjoyed getting to read those as we played.
Not only are those flavor texts, they're fun, they're funny, but I felt like it does a great job at bringing those characteristics down to the level of the child being able to understand. And so that was really cool. The kids were able to read those to each other, and then they'd chuckle about it and they'd understand it all the more. Oh, okay. All right. So he's not eating the cookie today. All right. He's eating it tomorrow. He's got self-control, right? He's able to pause on that. And the flavor texts are like that all the way through here. One thing that I am blown away by in this game is, as Tat mentioned, all the thought and care that went into it, right? So I know Upside Down Kingdom Games has some videos that they talk about the theology of the game, and even all the way down to the fruit that they chose, such as the pomegranate, and it has the crown because as people we try to make ourselves king, and yet Jesus took the crown of thorns, and he is the true king. Just all the different details that at first glance you don't see until you start to play the game, until the kids start to notice odd things that you, even as the parent, don't pick up on at first, and they start to ask questions. And this game does a great job at being super simple, super simple to get into, but it has enough decisions to keep the kids excited about what choices they're going to make and when are they going to use their special power, as well as opening up those amazing conversations that you can have there at the table, or you can also go and draw out a card and then go to the Bible and check that out as well. One thing that we also saw with our kids is that as they are playing through the game, they would get to some of these anti-kingdom cards, right? So here we have Lady Grumpleton, and every now and then you'd hear a kid go like, yeah, I struggle with that sometimes. And so getting to hear them do a little bit of that self-reflection and yeah, that's not the best. This is something that I need to give over to the Lord and let him change my life in that regards. And so we've really, really greatly enjoyed it, and we think it'd be an awesome game to have on you guys' shelves, on your tables there at your house as well. So thanks. Highly encourage you to go check it out. Have a good one. Bye.